Don't worry, they'll grow out of it. This is probably a number one most frustrating phrase uttered routinely by traditional pediatricians still today. But do kids really grow out of the challenges they experience? At Reissing Health, we hear story after story of parents who are rightfully concerned about things like their baby's colic and constant crying, chronic ear infections, constipation and gut issues, developmental delays, missed milestones, and sensory meltdowns, only to find out later that their gut instincts were right. And these early infant and childhood health challenges are a sign of neurological dysfunction that kids do not usually just grow out of. Instead, they grow into chronic illnesses and neurological challenges like sensory processing disorder, autism spectrum disorder, ADHD, asthma, allergies, and so forth. So if you've been told by your traditional pediatrician to just wait and see if your child outgrows symptoms like extreme fussiness, poor sleep, chronic congestion, constipation, or sensory meltdowns, this video will make you think twice. These conditions have real neurological causes behind them that require proper care that actually addresses the root cause instead of just hoping and waiting for them to go away, which is exactly what we'll be breaking down today. This video is for all the frustrated and confused parents who know in their gut something more serious is brewing under their child's symptoms, but their pediatrician keeps dismissing concerns and saying they'll grow out of it. You'll learn how common childhood conditions like colic, infections, digestive issues, and sensory problems actually stem from neurological dysfunction and nervous system stress. And finally, we'll explain why neurologically focused pediatric chiropractic care is so essential to not just relieve symptoms, but truly restore nervous system function and get your child on track developmentally. Maybe you can relate to Zoe's story. Zoe struggled since she was a newborn with sleep. Not the normal baby sleep struggles, but ones that never seemed to get better. She also struggled with constipation and a small umbilical hernia. Her left foot turned inward when she would crawl or walk, and despite these concerns, her pediatrician offered no help, saying she would grow out of everything. As a first-time mom, Zoe's mother initially trusted the pediatrician, but as they failed to provide solutions, she began to seek other options. And that's when she discovered one of the offices in our PX Docs network. Mom said that everyone there validated her concerns, what she knew all along in her gut. The scans accurately reflected Zoe's challenges, a nervous system that had imbalance and interference. And within a month of gentle and specific adjustments for kids, Zoe was sleeping better and became more regular with digestion. And now, almost a year later, her foot is fully pointing straight. So let's jump into talking through if kids really grow out of their challenges and what is really happening. The unfortunate truth is that kids absolutely do not simply grow out of most early childhood conditions and phases that traditional pediatricians dismiss as normal and temporary. Why? Because nearly all challenges discussed earlier stem from an underlying neurological cause: stress, dysfunction, and what's called dysautonomia of the central and autonomic nervous system. Frequent congestion and respiratory infections become chronic illnesses like asthma and allergies. Sensory meltdowns and tantrums and sleep troubles can grow into ADHD and sensory processing disorder. And colic and reflux can lead to digestive struggles, constipation, and food intolerances or allergies. The cascading effects on each other build on each other and lead from one thing to the next. And this cascade of events is what we call the perfect storm. It's a sequence of stress that is present very early on in life. It starts with excessive neurological stress in utero from a stressful pregnancy. And then add in potential birth trauma from interventions like forceps, vacuum extraction, induction, and C-section delivery. And finally, throw in early exposure to antibiotics, medications, toxins, and so forth. And this all triggers inflammation within the body and gut-brain connection. This all becomes a sequence of traumatic, toxic, and life-altering events that a child goes through early in life that leaves their nervous system stuck in a state of fight or flight and can throw them off track developmentally. All of this early exposure to stress and toxins leaves the child's nervous system subluxated. Subluxation is our chiropractic word for neurological dysfunction, dysregulation, and something called dysautonomia. At the root of all chronic illness, whether it's digestive, immune related, or neurodevelopmental, is this singular problem, dysautonomia. Abnormal functioning of the autonomic nervous system. Think of it as the automatic part of the nervous system that works without our conscious effort. It's what keeps us alive and controls how we function every single day. Dysautonomia refers to dysfunction with how we're operating every single day. Specifically, how our nervous system is controlling those functions. A nervous system that starts to favor that protection and fight or flight mode, unfortunately, can experience the effects of not being in rest and digest mode. And simply put, growth and development can be impacted moving forward when our system stays stuck in protection. Once you understand the perfect storm in terms like subluxation, nervous system dysregulation, and dysautonomia, moms and dads, you'll have found the answers you've been up late at night looking for to explain why your child is so sick and stressed out all the time. As neurologically focused pediatric chiropractors, our team at Reissing Health is trained to recognize how this cascade occurs and find the real root cause of your child's chronic health challenges by diving deep into their case history and running an in-depth neurological exam that can find and detect the presence of subluxation, neurological dysfunction, and dysautonomia. If you feel your child's health struggles are being brushed off as just a phase they'll grow out of, trust your mom or dad gut and take the next step in learning more about subluxation, dysautonomia, and neurologically focused chiropractic care. Click the link below or in our bio to read a detailed article explaining why kids do not simply grow out of most childhood health conditions, and to find out more information about how our clinical process and care protocols work. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.